This is Masters Report, and I'm John Masters. Qualified immunity. You guys know that. You guys know about that. We've talked about it a bunch of times on this channel. It is, you know how they like to say that their badge is their shield. It protects them like it's a shield, and they even call it a shield, although it's not really much of a shield. I suppose if somebody was a really good shot, they could hit it if they were aiming at it. But anyways, that's not the point. Point is qualified immunity. It protects a cop. It allows them to pretty much get away with whatever they want by making the statement, I was in fear for my life. Now, all of a sudden, oh, or wait a minute, or I was in fear somebody else could get hurt. Anyways, that's all they'd have to say. They could screw up big time, big time. For instance, let's say they shot two dogs in the owner's home that were friendly and they're trained service animals. Even if they did that, they could go, man, qualified immunity. I was in fear for my life responding to this call. Well, a federal judge, and I'm going to talk about this. You guys got to check this out. A federal judge said, no, you can't use qualified immunity. Now, I'm going to tell you all up front here now. Two dogs were shot by this cop, okay? But I want to get this out of the way real quick. They're okay. They survived. They were severely injured, but they did survive. And that's kind of the crux of this whole lawsuit. Let me kind of cover this for you. The lawsuit against a Minneapolis police officer who shot two service dogs in their owner's backyard can continue after a federal appeals court said Monday that the officer cannot claim qualified immunity. Michael Hayes had shot and seriously injured two dogs, Cerso and Rocco, in July 2017. Now, I'm going to, I like to try to be as fair as I possibly can. They were pit bulls, okay? But that does not mean that every pit bull is going to be aggressive. Actually, some of the friendliest dogs I know are pit bulls. They just have a anger issue when another dog tells them, no, I don't like it. But anyways, while responding to a security alarm that had been mistakenly set off at the home of Jennifer LeMay and Courtney Livingston. The dogs were service animals for people living in the house, including a child. They survived the shooting, but have since been unable to perform their service function, which makes one wonder. Again, they're pit bulls. Generally speaking, they never train pit bulls for service work, unless, of course, it's a comfort animal. So I guess they're trying to say that they can't cuddle anymore. I really don't know. I don't know. LeMay and Livingston sued Mays and the city of Minneapolis, alleging unlawful seizure of property. Mays argued that he was entitled to qualified immunity, which would have shielded it. You see how they use it? Shielded. I see. I'm telling you, man, it's the real shield for a cop from liability or civil damages if he had been acting reasonably. In 2020, U.S. District Judge John Tunham denied Mays' qualified immunity claim on his motion to dismiss, meaning that the 8th U.S. Circuit Court, this is important, could only rely on the lower court pleading in the opinion. Now, you guys did hear that, right? This is now precedence. Very important. It's precedence. It means that other courts can use it. The appeals court said that based on the pleadings, Mays didn't act reasonably in shooting the dogs because he was not in imminent danger. Mays's body-worn camera footage showed that as he was in the backyard, the two dogs approached him one at a time in a non-threatening manner. Mays shot them anyways. I don't know what it is about cops and dogs. They really hate them. I mean, they really do. The complete state. A plausible claim that Mays unreasonably seized the dog, U.S. Court Judge Stephen Gratz, a Trump appointee, wrote for the unanimous three-judge panel. As pled, Surratt walked towards Mays, wagging his tail in a friendly manner. Now, listen. Remember, this is a cop, okay? When you only have one tool, everything looks like a nail. So, a wagging tail could be taking an aggressive posture. I mean, I've seen people shot for less. It was an aggressive posture, really. Anyways, Wagging his tail in a friendly manner to greet Mays. Mays then shot Cersei in the face. Didn't go over well, did it, Cersei? Or what was it, Sirach? Causing Sirach fear and great pain. Oh, I'm sure. Really. Then Rocco presented himself to Mays in a non-threatening manner. Mays then also shot Rocco multiple times in his body. In both instances, the complaint sets forth that Mays shot both Sirach and Rocco when they presented no imminent danger and were not acting aggressively. This establishes a viable claim that Mays unreasonably seized the dogs in violation of the Fourth Amendment. Yeah, we're making progress. Now, this article did have some really interesting comments in here. Qualified immunity is a national embarrassment that should be eliminated entirely. That's turned into a no consequence scam that allows police to commit any act they choose. I'm going to have to tell you the truth. He's right on that. I'm trying to be fair, but he is right. Boise Day says exactly. In the past, LEOs can claim qualified immunity unless there is a logical finding which has identical circumstances. Now that a dog loving judge is involved, this ridiculous interpretation of qualified immunity goes out the window. Don't know, said, well, I guess this is progress. It is progress, okay? Now that we've established that chattel lives matter, meaning us, perhaps we'll move on to Black Lives Matter. I gotta remember that. Chattel lives matter. I like that. The judge denies qualified immunity that shoots dogs, but the courts granted qualified immunity to officers that shoot people. Well, because people could shoot back. He took an aggressive stance. I'm telling you, it was aggressive. I had to shoot him. I was in fear for my life. I'm John Masters. See you guys next video.